across central Victoria. This is Win News.
Tonight, childcare workers prepare to strike for better pay and conditions. Thousands of nursing students to be deployed across regional hospitals. And Victoria's racing industry rakes in lifting. Thousands of Central Victorian childcare workers are to walk off the job amid a staffing crisis riddling the industry. Some early education centres are telling parents to keep their kids home, unable to meet demand.
Mum of three, Ashley Spooner, fears her daughters will be left with nowhere to go, with their childcare centre repeatedly turning them away. Inga Nielsen, Win News.
More than 1,000 nursing and midwifery students will bolster the state's health workforce. The almost $70 million state government initiative will help regional hospitals, including Kerrang, Bendigo and Kyabram, address staff challenges.
Regional hospitals continue to face mounting pressure, but the next generation of nurses and midwives will help address crippling workforce shortages. Grace Aiken, Win News.
The Free Rats program for those living with a disability has been extended until the end of September. The Victorian Government initiative will enable people living with disability to continue to access 20 free rapid antigen tests per visit from state-run testing sites and from disability liaison officers. Those eligible include NDIS participants, disability support pensioners and those who receive a TAC benefit. A new report has revealed Victoria's racing industry generates nearly $4.7 billion, more than half of that in the regions. But opponents condemn the findings and say we should source tax revenues
through its three codes: thoroughbred, harness and greyhound racing.
And it's just fantastic because racing has kept going through COVID and now it's back bigger and better.
Grace Aiken, Win News.
A small group of Quarry Hill residents say unleashed dogs should be banned on the golf course, rec reserve and oval. The locals have presented a petition to council citing safety concerns. Greater Bendigo is an off-lead municipality with owners permitted to walk their pets off-lead except in some designated areas provided the dogs are kept under control. Council will respond to the petition at tonight's meeting. A regional sugar mill is getting a sweet new lease on life after shutting down 18 months ago. It's the first time in Australian history a sugar mill's reopening, doing so with an environmentally friendly twist.
A revamp like no other.
We've been told that there's never been a sugar mill that's closed in Australia and reopened again, so yes, this certainly is exciting to be the first place that's ever happened.
Hataya Gribski, Win News.
And coming up next on Win News, Central Victoria, how wet and cold weather's affecting lambing season and a boost to Australia's blood supplies with a ban spanning more than 20 years finally lifting. Sheep farmers across the country have begun welcoming lambs into their paddocks, but from weather events to deadly diseases, many things are threatening to impact this year's lambing season and farmers are worried.
Little lambs just starting out at life.
It's a lovely...
Cass Rogan, Win News.
Australia's blood supplies will get a big boost with a ban lifting on donors who lived in the UK during the mad cow disease outbreak. For more than 20 years, anyone who spent 6 months or more in the country in the 80s and 90s couldn't roll up the sleeve.
For more than 20 years, anyone who spent a total of 6 months or more in the UK between 1980 and 1996 has been banned from donating blood. Today, that ban was lifted. Jacob Funk, Win News.
The great registration race is back on this Donate Life Week, with around 13 million Aussies aged over 16 who are eligible to register as an organ or tissue donor but haven't. The aim is to encourage 100,000 people across the country to say yes to becoming a donor, helping to save people such as Rihanna living with cystic fibrosis.
Up to 8 people's lives. I don't know how many people's lives this lady saved, but she saved mine, so for that I'm forever grateful.
If Donate Life reaches its goal, the organisation predicts around 200 more lives across the country will be saved by a transplant each year.
Weeks like Donate Life Week are so important that people, it comes to the forefront of their mind again, and it's a good opportunity to say, oh, it's Donate Life Week, let's have a chat about this, which is excellent.
And it only takes a minute to forces are working together in exercise, brog or run. But it's not just the soldiers participating. Their Queensland host town is also playing a vital role in the operation.
Rolling on in 200 vehicles and 1,000 soldiers. Taking over the rural North Queensland town of Hayden Manso, WIN News.
Upper Murray-born country music icon Lee Kernaghan's releasing a new film this week to celebrate his impressive 30-year career. Lee spent most of his childhood in Albury. He says his hometown had a significant influence on his music.
There's a lot of archival footage in the movie, and I think people are they might see some familiar faces there as well. So, you know, from my first shows, playing at I think it was the Garrison Hotel and the Boomerang Hotel in Albury.
The movie's named after hit song Boys from the Bush, which Lee wrote at his parents' house in Lavington. It hit cinemas Thursday.
Life and song become one.
Time for sport now, with Jared. Constable in Gisborne was able to take advantage of a COVID-ravaged Strathfield side at the weekend.
That's right, Bruce. The Bulldogs were able to salvage a pretty impressive win. I'll have more details next. Plus, the country footy products and the AFL's newest faces who stepped up on the big stage. Gisborne's footy sides maintained its spot top of the ladder, doubling second-placed Strathfield Say's score in round 14 of the BFNL. South Bendigo booted 20 goals to score a win over Castlemaine, and Kyneton kept Kangaroo flat at bay by 63 points. Maryboro's netball side beat Eaglehawk by a goal in a nail-biting clash, and Sandhurst beat Golden Square 89-30. Maryboro's Jake Stringer's goal for the Bombers helped put them 7 points clear of Collingwood over the weekend. Meantime, fellow regional Victorian Jamara Ugle-Hagan had a career-best performance, helping the Bulldogs take the win.
The Bulldogs were always set for a tough contest against the Demons, but Jamara
Football fans have been saddened by the deaths of two regional Victorians who went on to dominate the big stage and become Collingwood legends. Billy Picken was born in Macarthur in Western Victoria and went to Hamilton's Monterey College, where he was a standout footballer and cricketer. He debuted for Collingwood as an 18-year-old in 1974 and was known as a dashing defender. Although he had 2 seasons with Sydney, he returned to and retired from Collingwood as a member of the club's Team of the Century and 2-time Best and Fairest winner. The 66-year-old passed away at home in Hamilton on Saturday. Con Britt played his junior footy for Ballarat's YCW and was recruited to the Pies from Golden Point, debuting against North Melbourne in '66. He played 110 games for Collingwood and was awarded the most determined player in his 6th season. Con was 74 when he passed on Saturday. The Pies wore black armbands to honour the legends in yesterday's game against Essendon. The best junior footballers from across the country have congregated in Albury for the Under-15 Championships. More than 300 players will play 30 games during an action-packed week of football at Lavington Sports Ground.
To see this facility utilised over a week is exactly, I guess, the kind of vision that the previous council had in mind, and to see it in action, bringing families from right across Australia here to play over a long period of time is just wonderful to see.
It's a no-brainer. It's a fantastic facility here. Albury being a very popular AFL town in New South Wales, and it was basically that is what attracted us to Albury.
The tournament runs until Saturday. Bruce, that's all in sport.
And what a way to start the week. Thank you very much for that, Jared. Adam Straney will have the weather forecast for the week ahead after the break.
G'day, welcome back to a brand new week. Overcast and wet across the northern country with showers slowly tracking eastwards across the region this evening. Now, this photo from Robin, looks like fiery waves in the sky over Coorong Valley. Just a wonderful photo. We've got so many great picks that have come in over the weekend, but keep them coming. You might see yours right here by emailing weather@wintv.com.au. Shower activity mainly in the south, although becoming less likely later tonight. Temperatures around Kyneton slip back to just 5 degrees on the mercury. Castlemaine picked up 11 mils into the rain gauge to the hours to 5 p.m. today. Bendigo had temperatures warming very slowly through the day, finally cracking those double digits at 1:30 in the afternoon. Hopeton reached its forecast top at around 2, and Mildura had the strongest winds of the region, gusting to around 37 k's per hour. Now on the charts, a cold front is weakening as it crosses Victoria, while a low pressure system forms near Western Tasmania. Looking ahead, another cold front is embedded in the vigorous southwesterly flow associated with that low that will cross the state tomorrow as a high pressure system maintains a southwesterly flow with embedded fronts over Victoria through the weekend. So to the forecast for central Victoria, Tuesday's looking partly cloudy with a medium chance of showers in the southeast, slight chance elsewhere, 10 mils in Melbourne. And over the next few days, well, Wednesday's going to be partly cloudy, medium chance of showers, and those temps are all over the place, aren't they, for Thursday as well? Partly cloudy, morning fog in the southeast and showers building throughout the afternoon with some small hail, but Friday, patchy morning frost in the north and then just a partly cloudy day. Well, Bruce, that's all we've got time for tonight. You take care.
Thank you very much, Adam, and thanks for your company. Keep warm, keep safe. We'll see you tomorrow night.